weeks since we recorded an episode last.
6 weeks.
Like, yeah.
I didn't realise it was that long.
No, I went and counted them. I was like, oh my god, it's so long.
That is long.
Yeah. Life's just kind of got in the way, hasn't it?
Life has gotten in the way. Absolutely. Yes. Oh, well, I'm going to introduce us first, right? And then I'll tell you why life has gotten in the way, because, yeah. Otherwise I'll be babbling on for ages and then we won't, But so, anyway, we're Olann and Laura and Deirdre, as you know. And,
well, only if you've been here before.
Well, actually, yes, sorry, of course. So if you're new, it's Laura and I'm Deirdre, but we're Olann and we're available, or our magazine is available at www.olanand.ie. And we're everywhere on social media as well.
Yeah, so we're at Facebook, we're Olann and. Instagram, we're Olann and Magazine. Somebody else had Olann and. We have on
Twitter, we're Olann and.
That's right. And we have a Ravelry group. So we load up the podcast notes into the Ravelry group and we chat about anything else that anyone else wants to talk about, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's quite a chatty, introduce your thread, isn't there? And
that's nice, actually.
What project are you working on?
Yeah.
But like anything, we often say it, if we're kind of really good on one social media platform for a while, and then we switch and we just can't juggle them all.
It's hard to do them all at the same level of consistency. So we probably do go through phases, I think, with some of them, let's say.
I'd say Instagram is probably one of the most active, isn't it? But that's probably because everybody seems to interact on Instagram.
There's a lot more interaction maybe, and it's a bit easier to kind of...
Although my app is still crashing.
Oh, do you know that thankfully I read that they're getting rid of the way they messed up with the chronological feed, and so you were seeing all kinds of 4 days ago and then 1 hour ago, and so it wasn't right. But they're fixing that back to the way it was before, thankfully, because I found that was so annoying.
Yeah, I must admit, what with the chronological going and the app keep crashing, I've actually I'm sorry if people are kind of saying, why has no one replied? It's because it literally I might see like maybe 2 posts and then it crashes.
It just freezes my phone as well. Yeah,
and then you have to either keep coming out of it and hope that it will click back in, or I have to restart my phone.
All right. Oh, haven't I ever had to do that? No.
Yeah,
I have uninstalled the app and reinstalled it again.
Okay.
I mean, but hasn't done it in a little while actually.
And my mum was doing it this morning.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So never mind.
Anyway, however, so and so we do ordinarily we try and do a podcast every 2 to 3 weeks, but and we were doing really well for a while there.
We were
briefly, and then I got pregnant. So since the beginning of the year, it's been a tricky one because I've been absolutely wiped, like so tired and all the time, and not a little bit overwhelmed either, because it was a total surprise. So and out of the blue, and after I won't go into the history, but after 14 years of trying and multiple rounds of fertility treatment, it didn't seem it was something that was going to happen. So then it did. So as you can imagine, that's just been my blinkered view for the past 14, 15 weeks. And I haven't even been able to knit.
No,
I've been so tired.
Yeah,
I finish work and I'm like, I can just about manage to have something to eat, and then I'm just like, I just need to go to bed. I'm so tired. So it's my fault we haven't been doing any podcasts. I just couldn't.
But it's a good fault.
It's absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm not sure I could have been trusted to do a podcast episode. It's been bad enough seeing the rest of our friends.
Yeah.
Because I've been like,
oh yeah, because I told Laura kind of early on, because I had to tell somebody because I was like freaking out. And so you kind of knew from week 7 or something, and just had to keep it stum until I told everyone kind of just after a 12-week scan, when you kind of in maybe safer ground or whatever. So you had to kind of keep I'm obviously really good. Yeah, good. Because even I found it almost impossible not to tell people.
I'd say it must have been,
because I was
really...
so happy and so freaking out, especially not my mum and dad, and we told them at 8 weeks and stuff, but even that long I was like, every time I saw my mum, she's like, any news? I'm like, no,
Gotta go. Can you stay? No.
And I only did that because I didn't want, you know, I mean, they'd seen us through so many difficult times that I didn't want them to get their hopes up and for it to be for nothing. So I just was, it was kind of a protection-y thing. So, but yeah, so there you go.
Yeah,
so
it's wonderful news.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
really,
quite
really,
a big work in progress going on.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hence the lack of everything else going on. So there you go. Anyway, so that would probably explain the next segment.
Because someone's got baby brain.
Oh my god. Yeah. So obviously in each episode we try and after every issue we try and show you give you a closer look of the different designs that we featured. And so we had the hat, we had 2 designs left, and I have one of them at home that I was meant to bring, and I totally forgot it. So
I mean, technically I could have brought in the other one thinking about it, but
yeah, well that's true, because it's just there. Well, we still would have. Yeah, actually, we could have just swapped it. We could have done another one, and I wouldn't have had to tell anyone that my head is all over the place.
Oh, it's much better to leave. You have to tell everyone that your head's all over the place.
Yeah.
And you should have to film. So she's got to. So she's going to film at home.
Yeah, I'm going to film it. So it's the Dearcán Beanie, which is like a I'm not going to go into it because I'll show you it when I do. So in here, we're going to slot me somehow doing like a solo display of the Dearcán Beanie, and you can see what I mean. It's a really cool rustic beanie pattern, and it's a unisex as well, which is kind of cool. So yeah, we're going to put that in here.
I'm so pleased that you said what the name was, because I had no idea. I thought it was Dearcán.
Ah, Dearcán. Yeah. Dearcán. Well, I should have let you just say that. That would have been funny. And I would have been in the background going. So Dearcán, and it means Dearcán is the Irish for acorns. So it's like you'll see when you see the pattern, you'll see a little kind of cable, not cable. It's not cable. It's just a kind of twisted stitches, and they look like teeny little acorns. So it's really cute. Anyway, I'm going to show you more of that on my own here. Hello. As promised, I'm just going to give you a little more in-depth look at the Dearcán Beanie, which I'd forgotten to bring to Laura's house yesterday for our podcast. So this was featured in the current issue, and it's a unisex beanie. So I'm going to show you the 2 different sizes we knit. So there was this is the men's size, and that's knit in it's Diarmid Cummins, so it's his S-twist wool. He spins and dyes his own yarn, and it's made from 100% mixed mountain fleece, so it's pure wool. And the designer of this pattern is Mairin NiDhonncha, and she's based in the Aran Islands, so it's truly an Irish collaboration here, and we couldn't be happier about that. So anyway, so this is the men's version, and this is in a rust colour. And I think I mentioned it yesterday, but just to give you a more detailed look at the little faux kind of cable-y type situation going on here, and you can see these little I'm going to call them like little bubble type indents, or not indents, the opposite of indents, whatever that is. Anyway, so they kind of look like acorns, and Dearcán is the Irish for acorns, which is what I told you yesterday. So I just think it has quite a nice pleasing appearance, doesn't it? And it just nice and uniform, they're all lined up there. And the beauty about this hat is that you can knit it as a slouchy or as fitted as you want. So for the photographs that we used in the magazine, my husband was wearing this, and he likes to wear his hats a bit more on the slouchy side. So you'll see that it is has a nice kind of fit to it, in that it's not too fitted and it's not too slouchy, it's actually just perfect. And then this version here then is knit in the olive green colour. Again, it's S-twist wool, it's same wool, and again you can see the acorn detail, and it's a lovely green colour, actually really pretty. And this is the ladies version. So again, I knit this one, and I knit it a bit more fitted, less slouchy, more fitted, and you'll again notice that when you look at the photographs in the magazine. But and I think was there one more size? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't quite remember. I think there was one more size, maybe a child's version. but actually maybe correct me if I'm wrong, Laura. You can put something here if I'm wrong. But I think there was, and I like, it's the beauty of this hat is that it's pretty flexible, and because it is that unisex hat, you know, it's a nice one for gifts, really, isn't it? And it's super warm because it's obviously nice and woolly, so perfect for our cold Irish evenings here. So yeah, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Maureen. She's Mairin NiDhonncha, and she's based in the Aran Islands, which are way up kind of in the west coast of Ireland. And she designs, her brand is called Aran Accessories, so she does a lot of designs using cables and kind of like traditional, I suppose, stitches like these. So a lot of her designs are quite rustic and traditional, which is beautiful, and I suppose reflective of where she's from, where she lives. And you can see, actually, I was thinking then when she was from the Aran Islands, you can see, you know, the old school kind of fisherman type characters wearing a hat like this to keep them warm when they're out fishing on the boats. Anyway, that's just my idea. May or may not be the case. But anyway, so that's, I hope you, yeah, have a look at them and really, I mean, it was a really simple and quick knit, and I honestly think it would be a lovely gift for somebody if you wanted to keep them warm and snuggly. And then while we were talking yesterday, Laura and myself realised that we wanted to mention another yarn festival coming up in Ireland. So there's not a lot of them, and we have Olann coming up in the end of May, which we're all looking forward to. But then there's another one coming up at the end of June called the West Cork Yarn Festival, and that's going to be run by Annie, who runs Sixpence and the Moon. She's an indie dyer, but so she and she's based down around the Sheepshead Peninsula, but it's not to be mistaken for the Sheepshead Yarn Festival. This is a separate festival. In fact, I don't think the Sheepshead Yarn Festival is happening this year. So the West Cork Yarn Festival is a separate one, even though it's in and around the same area. And that's going to be based in Durris, which is a beautiful kind of, I suppose you'd call it a typical Irish town, really, or village in West Cork, with amazing views. Like, it's to die for. It's so beautiful. And that's going to be happening on the 23rd and 24th of June. And we just thought we'd give a shout out because it's the first year, and I guess Annie's going to try and get some people down there, and that would be, oh, I mean, the location itself is worth a visit, to be honest. So if you're making any plans to visit West Cork around that time, maybe do think about the 23rd and 24th of June for the West Cork Yarn Festival. I think that's all I was meant to fill you in on, although my brain is so scattered these days that I may have missed something. If I have, I apologise. But anyway, I'm going to leave you and go back to yesterday, time jump back to us where we're doing our regular podcast. So hopefully that worked, and we're back.
I'm intrigued how we're going to do it, because I do the video, so you're going to have to, because my internet is terrible. So will I have my internet is terrible. So you're going to have to upload it to YouTube. We tried this before. Oh yeah. Remember? So you're going to have to load it up to YouTube. Privately, and then while we're chatting, and then I'm going to have to take it off of that and then put it. Oh God. We'll manage.
Yeah. So hopefully that works. That has worked. But if you don't say anything about the Dearcán Beanie, then you know it didn't work.
Or it switched to the cushion.
Oh yeah. Like, hang on a second. I was expecting a hat. That's a cushion. So yeah.
Now we can do Olann and Loves. Yeah. Because that's at my house.
Yes.
So we're going to do two things from Olann and Loves. Which one do you want to talk about?
I'm going to talk about the.
Okie dokie.
So you can go ahead.
Okay, all right. So this is probably going to glare a little bit. Sorry, and I should have wiped it. But yeah, it is going to glare a little bit.
I can still see the detail.
Yeah, can you see my drying up in the glass, or is it okay?
Oh no,
I think so, but okay. So
all right.
Yeah, and actually, so this is by Margaret Mahoney, who is a digital arts and she does digital arts and design prints. Oh, her card is on the back, so please excuse me because I actually can't see, so I'm relying. There we go. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I love it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. So this is one of a limited edition print. This is number 6 of 250, and Margaret. I actually learnt about Margaret through one of our friends, Katrina, because Margaret and Katrina are friends. So let me just read because I want to get this right. So Having worked as an architectural technician, Margaret found herself unemployed post-Celtic Tiger. I'm sure an awful lot of people did, actually, to be fair. So she went back to study illustration. And Margaret loves working in digital because she can tweak it an awful lot.
Yeah.
I mean, Glenn does.
Yeah. But it's quite a skill. Like,
yeah. So taking inspiration from pop culture, photography and the world around her, Margaret creates vibrant and exciting images. And she prefers to do bigger prints. So you know when you see some people do the kind of smaller prints and the postcards.
Oh yeah.
Margaret prefers to do bigger prints. I mean, this is mounted
like that's
really well, isn't it?
That's A4 size, like the image and then the mount and everything along with that.
Yeah. And obviously vibrant colours.
Yeah.
There's one, I'm trying to think, there was one that I really loved and I can't think what it is. In the magazine we did like a collage of different ones, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a girl, is she kind of like this, her mouth open, like she's talking or laughing?
Okay.
With dark hair, I think.
Rings a bell.
But Margaret's idea is to kind of make art accessible and affordable for everyone.
Nice.
Yeah, and the little bluebird, I don't know if it showed it in the picture really well.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so she does, the platforms are paper, print, and Margaret also designs logos and does branding. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I can say because I actually love it and I'm not sure that it needs,
I know,
it needs talking about.
Itself,
Maybe
like,
I'll just
show it again.
Yeah, there we go. Can you see the little bird?
Oh yeah, I'm just going to point it out, but it's kind of a very pale blue. Yeah. So it's like sitting as if using her hair as a nest.
It's very cool.
It's really cute.
Love it.
Yeah,
she does look fed up, doesn't she?
Yeah. Her eyes are cool.
Very. Yeah. And it's nice to have something a little bit different, isn't it? Yeah. We went for it because it was something a bit different.
Something
we were like,
different. Yeah, exactly.
And it came lovely and packaged, all really nice and well wrapped up, and wasn't going to break for love nor money. The amount of bubble wrap it had on it.
Yeah.
The frame prints are only available in Ireland, obviously, because the shipping would make it
prohibitive.
That's the word.
Yeah.
It was there. I was trying
to
find it.
But it'd probably be expensive enough to ship print framed here in Ireland at the price of postage.
We sent something to. We sent like a little thank you gift to Faye, who did the crisscross cow. And I kid you not, it was a sizable box, don't get me wrong, but we deliberately got light things and it had Irish tea bags in it, Irish chocolates, a bag of Irish Tato crisps.
Yeah, just really
silly stuff.
Light weight.
€35.
Crazy. Just to the UK.
Yeah. Literally, I might have handed it over and I went, it's not gold.
I just don't, no, it's desperate, like. I can't imagine it, like,
I could have got a plane over and back probably.
If I'd
have sorted it out properly.
Yeah, $9.99 each way. Yeah, totally. It's ridiculous, honestly. But yeah, we're getting fleeced here. Yes. I only read during the week that Dublin actually. So I guess Dublin is even more expensive, but it's more expensive to live in Dublin than in Paris.
What?
Yeah. And I would have always thought Paris would have been super, super expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's more expensive to live in Dublin now.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
My son lives in Dublin with 3 other lads and they're all working professionals and their rent is $2,600 a month.
That's mental.
Yeah.
Mental.
And Du's got it's got a double bed in it, but it ain't got much else in it.
Yeah.
So,
that's desperate.
Yeah.
No.
Never mind.
Anyway.
Another tangent.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yes, if you are new, sorry about the tangents.
They happen.
A lot.
Yeah. We can't do anything about them. They're...
Maybe if you've just come here for knitting.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
We are technically a fibre and craft magazine. And anyone that knows us knows that we tend to, chat.
We do tend to chat, yeah. But I think that's what fibre and crafty people do.
I think so. Yeah.
Anyway.
They do now.
So our second Olann and Loves is from the Sunveil Soap and Skincare Company, and we have a nice little range. So
there is a
just going to go through a few of them. So this is a hand, nail, and cuticle cream, and it's rich rose. And I like the packaging as well. It's actually really nice.
Yeah,
isn't it?
It's kind of oldie worldy, and and in the jars, the glass jars.
I like the
much
glass
better than the.
Well, actually, the plastic. Oh yeah. And this is argan oil moisturizer.
Oh, it does smell rose.
And then rosehip extra oil. And then finally, we had the Manuka honey and vanilla lip balm. And these are all handmade, natural products. I know. I was actually only messing with my cuticles. See, look, yeah, that's a good one. Or a bad one, as it is.
I have, my cuticles overgrow quite a lot.
Yeah.
And there's no, I've given up trying to trim them down and stuff.
I know, I do too. Oh yeah, it smells lush.
And my fingernails are so tiny. How's,
yeah,
see, look at the size.
Yeah.
look, only thing that's small on my body. Those are my feet. Definitely not my mouth.
Oh, I like this. It's lovely.
Oh, there you go. There we go.
Sorry. So anyway, I'm like trying it out. So yeah, it's handmade, as I said, natural beauty products. So so made from all natural ingredients.
It's Jasmine, I think, is the lady, is it? I'm just trying to think.
Oh,
I think
God,
it's
smells so
Jasmine,
good.
and she lives in Limerick, I think.
Jasmine, yeah, and Limerick, yeah. So I'm trying to think. So yeah, so she's currently overhauling her website. So but she does sell in shops around Limerick and does around the Limerick area. But I'd say, well, maybe by the time we're doing this now, the website. So have a look at the website. So have a look at our site, and we'll probably have a link to her. I presume we have a link to her in there.
Yeah,
so
we do.
Just check that the website's back up and running.
Yeah, 'cause she does a really extensive range, like for men and women and kids.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. So there's nothing, artificial or synthetic in here. It's all natural, which I think, that's important to so many people nowadays. Like.
Yeah, and they've all got batch numbers on them.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's good.
Yeah, all got batch numbers on them.
And I mean that's a solid. I mean that would last you for so long.
Yeah.
Look at the size of it.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah,
the packaging is lovely, and
they came very well packaged as well.
Yeah,
I think she's on Limerick Market every Saturday.
Yeah, she said the milk market in Limerick.
Yeah,
every
so
Saturday.
Like shaving oils, beard balm.
Of course, that's so popular now with everyone.
Body butters.
And the prices are good. Like they're not. It's not.
No.
So say for example, this lip balm here is €3, and then they go up to.
And she's got a load of vegan products. That was the other thing. Yeah. So she's expanding.
Oh, cool.
On the vegan side of things. So.
Because we do like to feature hand creams and the like in the magazine because, well, we know kind of knitters and crocheters, and crafters, we're always using our hands. So it's always nice to find a good hand cream because
most definitely. Yeah.
So
I have it everywhere. Every sink there's hand cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That smells really nice. I've probably screwed it on too tight.
Oh yeah,
it smells really nice.
That's good, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh dear, I can hear a door.
Oh.
We might be okay. Didn't actually tell them we were podcasting.
Oh right.
Just thought.
And so this moisturiser, is that, would you say it's facial?
I'd say it's facial. It smells lovely. That smells really nice.
Argan oil.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like it.
Oh wow. If only you had smell-o-vision. Surely that's going to be something we do invent soon.
A little bit of rose.
Yeah, so good. And then of course the rose hip extra oil. That's really good for. Isn't that meant to be really good for like if you have problematic skin?
Yeah, if it's really dry.
Yeah.
I think it's meant to be good for rosacea.
Rosacea, yeah, I think so. So yeah, the Sunveil. Let me just Sunveil Soap and Skincare Company. Check them out.
Cool.
So moving on.
Oh, tadas.
Yeah. No, I don't have any tadas.
No, and to be fair,
aforementioned reasons.
Yeah, and actually, I was talking about this yesterday with Con because we've had quite a lot to do knitting for the magazine and kind of have a deadline. I think I've just kind of exhausted my hands a little bit. Yeah. I have R8 and my hands play up anyway, but I think they're very sore at the moment. Yeah. So I'm doing the Yarn Hoarder dishcloth challenge. Which is the idea is that you knit at least one dishcloth or washcloth or face cloth a week, so that you will have 50 odd at the end of the year.
That's so cool.
So I'm sticking to it. I'm 2 behind.
Oh, wow, cool.
So what I've been doing is just the grandma's dishcloth. This, to be fair, this is the one I tend to prefer doing. I was doing fancy ones, and I was like, no. If the idea is that I need to have one a week, I better get it done.
Yeah.
So it's just something that's being run on, Amber's running it on Instagram, because a couple of people have contacted me and asked about it. it's more a kind of opt-in if you want to do it rather than win things.
Yeah.
I think Amber is going to be pulling some prizes, but it's just more a bit of a fun. So these 4 are all done with the Rico Essentials Cotton Aran. Some of them have ends in, this one doesn't have the ends sewn in, and this was just scraps. What had happened was I'm trying to use scraps. I had enough to do all of this, and then I had a little scrap left, but because they were different dye lots, I just put this in just to break it.
Oh, okay.
This is the Lily and what is it? I wanted something spring. And
yeah, it is very spring.
I just dropped Dina off at the airport, so I was feeling a bit sad, so I went into the range. And I got the Lily Sugar and Cream one.
Oh, cool.
But I said, I've mentioned this before on here, and I feel like I'm bashing them, and I'm not. This is incredibly expensive to buy here.
Is it?
This is €4.50 for this 50-gram ball.
Oh.
56-gram ball.
All you got out of it was this?
I've got that left.
That left.
But I used to sell this in the shop for £2.50.
Okay.
And I think it's maybe a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
But not much shorter.
Yeah.
And I'd say it hasn't, I don't think it's gone up. If anything, it might have even got cheaper now.
Yeah.
So, no, it is more substantial, isn't it, when you feel it, to
definitely
this.
a bit more weight to it, let's say.
And I feel really bad because there's been a little bit of bad marketing going on my Instagram feed. So I take a photo of each one I make every week, and I've set myself a certain way to put to pose the photo. So that the idea is that I can then put the 52 dishcloths all in one collage.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But the first one I made, I was making it on wooden needles. But since then, I've been using these old Bakelite ones, and I can't change the picture.
Oh.
So this is the one I'm making for this week. But I'm actually using these old Bakelite needles instead, just an old DPN. And I just find them really comfortable. But because I'd starved the photo with the wooden needles, so I have to keep going and hunting the wooden needles for them. And sweeties, I'd set myself up.
I noticed, I was like, where's she getting all these different
sweets
well, then I
every
realised
week.
your house is full of sweets.
Yeah, oh my god, look, hold on. So my husband is obsessed by Costco's.
Well, I'm glad Glenn didn't see them earlier on, because he's obsessed with jellies.
So this isn't like the small one. He said last night, I got you toilet paper, thanks.
Romantic.
And a massive tub of Haribo. So, like, yeah, you can't open these, can you? Because when you start, you won't.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. I don't eat red or black sweeties, so there's quite a few sweeties in there that I won't eat.
I eat all the red and black.
Yeah, see, we're good friends. Yeah.
Glenn doesn't even look. You know those jelly belly beans? So I'm very specific about the ones that I will eat and won't eat. You know, I don't like the coconut one, for example. And so Glenn would just literally just put his hand in and just put them in his mouth, and I'm like, oh, what flavour is that? And he's like, I don't know. Like, he doesn't even check.
No, that's not one. They all have different flavours. Yeah, no, you can't do that. No.
Yeah, no, he doesn't even check.
So then my other ta-da is, was I
cool.
making these last time? Yeah, so I just finished the...
Oh, they're lovely.
Did I show them last time, or did I just show... No, they weren't made. I think they were
when
nearly
you just
made.
showed me, I don't know. I've just seen them. I've seen you making them.
If I showed them, then I'm really sorry, but they're made. They're both made now.
Oh, no,
maybe
really
I did show them.
Oh, I just think I saw them on Instagram, maybe, because you were going to make them when you were going up to Dina.
That's right, yeah. So I was supposed to be going to Brighton, and then we had the snow, which fair play to the countries that have lots of snow and you deal with it. But I suppose you know it's coming. Oh my god, it was like Armageddon. Yeah. Like, there were notes in supermarkets, only one sliced pan per customer, because people were buying like bread like there was no tomorrow. I mean, you can make bread, people. Yeah. Like, and I live in Lismore, where I live is a small town. By where I grew up in England, it's more like a village. Except it's got 4 pubs, I think, or might even have 6. Could have 6. So I went down to the local shop. There was nothing. It was ridiculous. Yeah. Everything had gone. And we went down on Sunday, so the snow came on kind of Tuesday, it sort of started. Went down on the Sunday because I had cabin fever, so I'm going down, I don't care. And the things that had sold out were like frozen pizzas, crisps, chocolate, bread, pop, like minerals, fizzy pop. Like the freezers were pretty much empty with all the convenience foods, isn't it? But there was tons of vegetables and potatoes.
Well, I would say in Middleton there was not a vegetable to be seen. Not a vegetable to be seen. It was unbelievable. Because I went down on the Sunday, because I was meant to be having friends over for dinner on the Saturday night, and we had to cancel, and I was disappointed because I'd come up with a nice menu and I was looking forward to it. But then on the Sunday I was like, I wonder, I was saying to Glenn, I was like, oh, will I make the dinner I was going to make last night tonight? That would be nice now for the two of us. And he was like, oh yeah. So I was being very optimistic to think that I'd be able to get all of these kind of gourmet ingredients to Tesco after like the apocalypse. So I went down and literally, I mean, I couldn't even find, there was no potatoes, there was no onions, no tomato, like no vegetables. It was crazy. And no bread and no whatever. Like, it was just mental.
So the people in Middleton eat healthier than the people in this mall.
Maybe that's it. Telling.
Just like across the whole town. Don't mean that. I know there's a couple of people that watch it from this mall.
Gosh. Oh, I'll tell you a funny story about Glenn's dad. So, do you know, with the whole bread scene, right? So Glenn's family live in Dublin. And so it had been snowing, and I think it was maybe the Sunday, and they were out of bread, and you know, everyone's kind of, when's the bread coming? When's the bread delivery coming? And so Jimmy, he happened to be up early in the morning anyway, and he looked out, and there's a kind of a cost cutter or something, you know, that they can see, let's say, from their window, or it's kind of in the distance, whatever. But didn't he see the Pat the Baker bag? And he's like, oh, bread, right? So he like rushes, gets dressed, and he goes, right, I'm off, I'm going to get the first sliced pan. That's brilliant, nice one. He was delighted with himself. So he's walking across the park, and he was walking across, and he went, do you know what, actually, there's Sadie across the road now. Now she'd be elderly, like there'd be kind of a lot of elderly around them. I better get her a sliced pan as well now, she wouldn't have gone out. And then Mary, and he started counting, and anyway, so he decided, like all of these neighbours, he was going to be a good Samaritan and get sliced pans for all of them. So he goes up to the cost cutter and he bought like 8 sliced pans. He was like walking across the park like with them, like, because he hadn't brought a bag or anything with him because he was only going for one. And so he's like, oh, he has like them all under his arms and everything. And he was delighted. He goes, oh, their neighbours are going to love me. So anyway, he ran out home and he popped in 1 sliced pan, and then he got a bag, and he was going to do his like Santa like bread delivery, let's say. So he calls over to Sadie and he's like, ding dong. She's like, oh, there you are, Jimmy. And he goes, how are you, Sadie? I have you a sliced pan there? She's like, oh, sure, I've about 4 inside. The kids came and they gave me a sliced pan. Sure, everyone's giving me bread. I don't need that at all, Jimmy. You're grand. Jimmy's like deflated. Oh, same thing happened at every single house. Everyone had been like giving them bread. So he's like there with like 8 sliced pans. he's like trudging home like, oh. And then he had it all just lined up in the counter, and Mary, Glenn's mum, was like, oh, what are we going to do with 8 sliced pans? And he's like, well, I just make sandwiches. And Alex, our nephew, lives at home, and he was telling Glenn that he had 4 like double-decker sandwiches, and Jimmy's like trying to sell the bread. So he's saying to Alex at 9 o'clock on the Sunday night, do you want another sandwich there, Alex? And Alex is like, no thanks, Grandad, you're right. There's just too much bread. So ridiculous.
That's why we had no bread down here then,
ridiculous. Because people were panic buying the bread, like they didn't even need it.
Yeah, I was watching the news and it was like, we're going to have Dublin back. Dublin's going to be up and working. I'm like, well, sod the rest of the country then.
Oh yeah.
As long as Dublin's working, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. Yeah. So I didn't get to Brian. Oh. That's how that happened. So I still made them. So these are forever my Brighton gloves, and I just used a navy and a light blue of this Wendy merino, which I use quite a lot.
Yeah, it's a workhorse.
It's a workhorse, and I have a disgusting amount in my stash, so it's always good. But yeah, they work. They've got, so the thumbs are more ergonomic. They're kind of more in than just at the edges.
Okay, yeah.
And they're really cozy. I've discovered, because I have Reynards, so I've discovered that mittens keep my hands warmer than anything else.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, maybe because your hands are, you know, your fingers aren't up like this.
Yeah, and they're keeping the heat from all of the, possibly. I don't know. If anybody else knows that would be great if you could let me know. They definitely seem to work. So that's the only Tudars.
Sorry, yeah. Hopefully I'm going to be, now that I have a bit more energy, I will probably be Tadaing loads of baby stuff. Yeah.
And your nausea's reduced as well,
Yeah, I was very sick. Yeah, I was very, very sick.
Yeah.
Which made me oddly happy. Yay, I'm sick again. Yeah.
How crap are you feeling? On a scale of 1 to 10, is it good crap or bad crap?
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, you can expect lots of little baby knits over the next few months, I dare say.
So I've put this in here, but we shouldn't have
maybe
this
do that
until...
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so yes, we had to... Oh, I have something for that. We had to have it.
There you go.
Finally. So, so even though I haven't knit anything and I don't need any more yarn, some of the Irish indie yarn dyers do... they've kind of banded together, 4 of them. They do like a virtual market, let's say, on one Saturday every month. I don't think it's the same Saturday every month, is it?
I thought it was.
Or is it the last Saturday or the first Saturday of every month? Yeah. And it's the Irish Dye Junkies. So, and I'd always kind of look in and just see if there was anything that I fancied. But I had seen Fiona of Green Elephant Yard teasing this on her Instagram page before the market, and it had caught my eye. So it's from Green Elephant and it's called Cherry Blossom. And I just thought it was a little bit... okay, yes, there's obviously my pink, which is... But I just thought it was lovely and rich and a bit more unusual, you know, and with that little pop of pink and just the green. I just thought it was just so beautiful. And I got it in a DK weight because I was thinking, not that I know what I'm having, but in my head it's a girl, but may or may not be, I don't know. So if it's a boy, I'll be like, okay, he's going to wear pink and he's going to like it. So anyway, I got it thinking I would knit like a nice little baby jumper or cardi with this.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
So I'm kind of ghoulied actually if I don't have a boy because my sister's having a boy.
Oh, okay.
So literally she was, you know, yeah, anyway, I'm sure I can find somebody if I'm not, but yeah. But anyway, yes, so it's a DK weight.
Kind of ghoulied.
Ghoulied. Oh, it's something my dad says. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, have you ever heard the term skitting?
As in
laughing?
Yeah, but that's only since I've moved in.
Okay.
Yeah. You just don't normally say much slang. It's usually me that...
Yeah.
Because where I come from, ghoulies are something completely different.
Yeah, because I was going to say something. Yeah, no, I know that, yeah.
Okay.
Because I was going to say I would be... But I didn't want to say that because I was like, well, I'm not going there. So then my brain auto-corrected like really quickly and ghoulied was the first thing that came out. Anyway, ghoulied means, I don't know. I don't want to say what it means because then that's the word. That's the word I was trying to avoid saying. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to caking this up and just seeing what it looks like in the cake. Yeah. Because I'm not sure, but I just love it. It is really nice. It's just so nice. And cherry blossom.
Yeah, it's very rich looking. Very rich,
isn't it?
Kind of heathery.
Yeah.
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 Very nice.
So that's my we had to have it. That's it. All of it.
My only we had to have it is a copy of Women's Work, which I've actually been waiting for ages because I just keep hearing all of these great things about it. And there's no real, I don't suppose there's any real need for me to explain because if you've probably seen the information about it. But yeah, I don't tend to read books anymore. I tend to listen to them, so this will be quite novel. I'd say it would take me a while to read. One of those ones that I just dip in and out of, I think.
Well, I guess you probably could do, you know, easily enough with that.
Yeah, and I suspect it's going to be one of those ones that I highlight. I don't like writing in books, but I'm kind of getting over that. But in case there's anything I want us to pick out for the magazine, because we were talking about trying to do a bit more historical stuff.
Yeah, kind of go back to the origins of different crafts and things like that.
Yeah, so, but yeah, nothing else other than that.
Yeah.
Been very good.
Yeah.
I have been looking, I've been getting my fix because I've been testing it in some of the yarns that are going into the next yarn review. Yeah. We have this yarns review here. And that's really been good because in my head I'm like, oh, I'd really love a jumper in this or I'd really love a shawl in this.
That is cool. It's kind of a recon.
Yeah, so I'm kind of virtually shopping at the moment. Yeah, so which kind of leads us nicely onto the yarn review from our current issue. Yeah. And there's quite a few, isn't there?
There is.
We don't have one for us.
Sorry, again. God, I'm like the worst in the world. So I left one of the ones
we
at
have
home.
The card.
Yeah, and I will somehow slot it in, or I don't know.
I feel do you know what you could do? You could send me some pictures. Of it. Yeah. And I'll write up something and I'll put it on the screen as a thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we're going to put something here. For Woolly Mammoth.
Oh yeah. And I know it's an awful shame, but yeah. So this is a relatively new indie dyer from Northern Ireland. Emma, and she dyes naturally, uses natural dyes to dye her yarn. And the one that I was knitting up was called Rhubarb and Custard. And it was, yeah, it was really unusual, like really nice, but it looked exactly like rhubarb and custard, which was really cool. And I did ask her what she used to dye it, and I can't remember, but it's in, if you look in the magazine, you'll see, I have in there what she did use to dye it. But I guess, you know, it's a little bit different because she does use the natural dyes. Anyway, so I'll slot in, we'll slot in a picture here of the yarn, and it was lovely. It was a really nice, I think it was a lace weight, like, so it was really kind of delicate to knit with, but it was lovely. Well,
what she put on? Okay,
thanks for hope you love the yarn. I love her logo as well, actually.
Yeah, it's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, that's it's good to see new Irish indie dyers coming on the scene as well. You know, it's kind of really, like, the market has kind of exploded a bit, hasn't it? It's
Someone was I have it on good authority that a couple of people in the industry were talking about how it was in no small way. Yeah. There's no small part to us.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised. I guess there was never a platform before for any Irish, kind of specifically Irish dyers, or why not?
Yeah, I have it on good authority.
Oh, there we go. Influencers. We're getting big heads now. But we have all the other ones because they're here in Laura's house.
Oh, I don't have the swatches.
Oh yeah.
We'll pause. 1 minute.
1 second. And we're back.
Sorry.
As if by magic. So I can't remember what way we do this.
So will I hold or do you want me to talk? I'll put them next to you.
You talk, yeah, and I'll hold.
Okay, so here.
Okay. Oh dear. Okay,
so out of practice.
Oh yeah, look at the colours, it's coming out really nice. Very bright.
It's coming out a little bit more vibrant than it
actually is. You can see the yellows and the the yellow is very bright, and it's not. Geez, yeah, it's bizarre. Actually, it's nowhere near as bright in the actual real life.
Does it look any better with the ball? If we put white behind it, does it? That's better, is it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, it is. Don't get me wrong. It is vibrant and colourful. It's just not quite as. It's not quite as luminous, let's say, as this is, as you're seeing here.
So this is from Yerwall. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's Marguerite.
Yeah.
This is the card. I love the card.
It's lovely with the watercolours.
And Marguerite is a new.
She's a new indie dyer from Cork, isn't it?
From Cork. Yeah. So it says handmade with 100% love. This is hand dyed in the south of Ireland with love and care for the environment. And this colour is called Nightshade.
Nightshade.
It's a singles. It's 100% superwash merino wool, which is the standard 366 metres, 400 yards. I really, do you know, it's no secret that I don't like purple. So when this came, but I love it. I have to say, I love how kind of rich and jewelled it is.
There's enough interest in it. In different colours.
And there's an awful lot of different colours in it, isn't it?
Loads. Do you know what I mean? When you really look at it, there's so many.
Yeah, it is absolutely beautiful.
It's really gorgeous. Yeah, really nice now.
Yeah. And the singles always take on the dye so well, don't they?
Yeah.
So
that's your wool. Your wool, your.
Is here?
What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm doing this. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? Well, I know what's wrong with me. It's magnified though, because I was always wrong. I was always a bit wrong, and now I'm just more wrong. Anyway. Here we go. Look at this, like peppermint. Again, this is probably showing up a little bit more bright, a little bit more vibrant than it is.
Yeah. This is called. Oh, what's the colour called? Whit Sunday.
Ah. Actually, maybe if I put my hand behind it. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Anyway, it's not working.
The wind is there.
Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, it's a little bit.
It's sunny. Your weather report from mine today is it's sunny.
It's a beautiful day, blue skies, and not even really that cold.
No. Although it's meant. See, look, I just did what everyone does it. Although it's meant to get horrible.
I know. Yeah, we can't just enjoy what we have. Like if you say to somebody, "It's such a beautiful day," it is, but it's meant to get bad now. Or isn't it like in the summer? It's lovely and hot. Too hot. It's too hot. It's never just fine, you know. Oh, it's so annoying. Oh dear.
I've been here too long, I've started doing it.
Oh, it's just part of our DNA, like, I think.
So this is the yarn, which, is definitely blowing out a little bit.
It is, yeah. It's not as bright as that.
So this is from Babbles Yarns, which is Grace from Babbles Travelling Yarns podcast. So, she's been dyeing her yarn since last year, but was it the end of the year before?
Okay.
I'm terrible, Grace. I'm so bad. I apologise. So this is actually the Bless Your Cotton Socks base, which is, where's it? 50% wool, 25% cotton, 25% nylon. And Grace wanted to be able to give sock knitters a different option. Because Grace has spent a long time in Australia, hasn't she?
That's right. Yeah.
So she just wanted to make sure that there was a different option for sock knitters. It's actually really nice.
It's really nice, actually. Yeah.
And it's lovely to knit with because it's not. I'm not really a fan of 100% cotton. She says, having knit dishcloths, but it was much nicer to knit, much nicer on the hands. And the colour is beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, it's really cool, actually.
Grace is based in Limerick. And if you haven't seen her podcast, which we reviewed in that issue as well, didn't we? Check her out.
Yeah.
She's bonkers.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, there's no nice way of putting it. She's off her head.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why we like her. She's really nice.
She's got a yarn retreat going on, hasn't she?
Oh, in Tipperary, isn't it? Yeah.
Which kind of sold out almost instantly.
Almost instantly, yeah.
So check Grace out. She's got a couple of other nice bases as well that are really cool.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
There we go. Yeah, see that's nice. That's pretty close to what it is in real life.
So is it held back here then, is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it is. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Technical difficulties.
We might as well just give up today.
So we were just in the middle of telling you about this,
which is 100% blue face Leicester from Three Bears Yarn.
It's so soft. I mean, it's so soft,
isn't it? Yeah.
It's so soft.
Yeah, I feel like a bit of a fraud because everyone knows I love blue face Leicester.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus, my eyes are getting so bad. So one of the things I did say on the review was I think the tension, the recommended tension is a lot bigger than usual. I take my specs off. That's ridiculous. It's 7mm is the suggested one at 13 stitches by 18 rows, which would give you a lovely, it gives you a lovely fabric, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But for me personally, I would prefer to knit it at a tighter tension.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I like it at this.
Yeah.
And I think it would still hold its shape.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
That as a shawl, that tension would be lovely as a big oversized shawl.
Yeah.
But maybe for a garment, you might want to knit it to a tighter tension.
Yeah.
So that's
is it DK or Aaron?
Aaron,
yeah.
And yeah, it was lovely to knit with. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, nice and bouncy. It's proper woolly wool. It's spun in Laxton's, I think, in the UK.
Okay.
And it has the wool mark. Yeah, so it's 100% British. So it's 100% British blue face Leicester.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, really, really nice.
That's good.
Yeah, nice range of colours in it as well.
Yeah, lovely. That'd be nice for like baby stuff. Again,
like baby stuff.
Everything would be nice for baby stuff at this stage. Okay, so you?
Okay, so you show that. So
yes.
This.
Okay, so this is. I don't know if this is true. It probably is actually. It's kind of close enough. It's less orangey and more. I don't know how you describe this colour.
It's an unusual. Do you know what I always think it looks like? It's kind of like the kind of terracotta clay, but when it's dry.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know I'm just being ridiculous here, but I'm just trying to show you it. Yeah, true life. But
so this is an unusual one. So this is from Zilana, and it's called Rimu. Rimu?
Yeah, I'd say Rimu. Yeah.
So this is an unusual yarn in that it's made up of wool and possum, I think. Let me just check. It is 60% New Zealand merino, 40% bleached brushtail possum. And it's a 40 gram ball, and it's a fingering weight, a 4-ply yarn. So, now I don't want to get this wrong. The brushtail possum is classed as a pest, a rodent in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So, and I think a lot of them are culled, and some companies over there have set up with a view to try and use the fur from the animals. So this is one of the companies, and it's difficult. I'm a vegetarian, and I'm a vegetarian. I started to be a vegetarian because I was unhappy with animal welfare. Now, some 30 odd years later, things have changed a lot to them, and it's an emotive thing, isn't it? So when we were doing this, I said to Dee, you might get some fallout on Twitter, because Dee does the Twitter.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see from a yarn point of view. It is lovely.
Yeah,
to
it's
knit
really.
with.
I mean, you can see. I don't know. You can see the kind of
a really nice halo on it, isn't it? It's
nice.
Incredibly warm. I can't remember the figures, but possum is, I want to say 40% warmer than wool.
Oh, right. Interesting.
I might be wrong. I definitely put it on the review. There's an awful lot of colours in it. And to be fair, I suppose at least it's being utilised.
Well, what I'm thinking as well is they're not killing the possums for the wool.
No.
They're culling them because of their pest status. Yes. And then they're using the fur, from the already dead possum. Yeah. So in terms of, I think.
And this is meant to be one of Zilana's kind of more, my head isn't working, hard wearing yarns. Okay. They're a luxury yarn company. Now, to be fair, and I put it in the review, if this is one of their hard wearing yarns, I would love to see how soft they're more fine. They're finding, because it is super soft, isn't it? Yeah. There's no catch from it. There's kind of longish, I suppose, hairs, and there's no catch from it. No. It's definitely something that I think every knitter should have a go with.
It's interesting.
It is, I was truly interested in it, and I love it, I have to say. The range, it comes in 4-ply and DK. Range of colours is really, really good. This has got 153 metres on it. Yeah. Very, very nice.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all for trying different fibres and then kind of working out whether you like it. But yeah, definitely one to give a go.
Here we go.
Okay, sparkly. Oh my god, I've forgotten this lady's name. Can't remember. I'll put it up.
Oh yeah. Sparkly.
Sparkles. It actually fits. It's called Winter Sparkle.
Oh,
it fits it completely, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh my god, you can really see the sparkles so clearly.
Yeah.
So this is from Yarnatic, and I'm really sorry that I've forgotten your name. We heard about this through our good friend Dr. Sock, who I believe was the first Irish person to order from Ireland, should I say. That's the ball. So this is 75% wool, 25% nylon, 100 grams. Winter Sparkle.
That's really nice.
It literally is what it says.
Yeah. Oh, I like that now. That's cute.
And it's a proper sock yarn, so it's a proper kind of hard wearing sock yarn. Do you know?
Yeah. Good.
Love that.
Germany.
Germany.
Yeah.
Can't think of the life.
I remember talking about it, but I can't remember the name either.
Yeah. Nice.
And then finally.
It's not finally.
Second final.
Sorry. Oh, we'll do this one after.
Oh, actually. Okay. Oh yeah, because we've no swatch for this.
Okay.
Right.
So this one doesn't have a swatch. And it doesn't have a swatch because it came in and I was like, oh, even though it's got purple in it, I'm not going to lie, I was like, oh god, no, I have to knit with this. So this is the Croft by West Yorkshire Spinners. And it's an Aran weight. And I'm sure you've probably seen it by now. It's 100% Shetland Island wool.
Wow.
And it's very unlike any other Shetland wool I've knitted with. Maybe because my experience of Shetland wool is kind of Jameson's and Smith, and it's finer weight, and I think it still has spinning oil on it and stuff like that.
Okay.
This, it came in, I was like, oh no, I have to knit with that straight away.
Lovely.
So I actually knitted one of our friends a pair of Camp Out fingerless mitts, which I'll pop a picture of here now. Hopefully that worked. So this shade is called Halo, and it's an Aran weight. It has, let me just have a look, it's 100 grams and there is 166 metres on the hank. And when I was in Nottingham Yarn Expo, I actually bought one other hank of this. I wanted another colourway and it wasn't there, thinking that I might do the lads some hats or something in it.
Cool.
It's
so springy, like, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's just, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so squishable.
And everyone was surprised, all of our friends were surprised that I was knitting with it because of the purple, but I was like, oh no,
it's really cool.
I have to knit with it, yeah.
Because you can see like there's just all the different...
And the speckles are made to look like neps, so and they do.
Oh yeah, they do actually.
Yeah. I think there's maybe 8 colours, 8 colourways.
Cool.
It's really nice.
I like them.
West Yorkshire spinners. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I must admit, there isn't really many of their yarns that I've gone.
No. They're consistent, aren't they?
Yeah, their colourways are usually really good.
Yeah,
they've got it right.
Yeah. Here we go.
So this was a last minute addition to the to the magazine, and again I was like,
I have to knit with this.
It's too nice. I'm gonna have to knit something with it.
Oh, it's like pure gold.
Yeah,
liquid gold.
It's called, the colourway is really interesting. Oh, it's not on this. What? And it's because of the temples in Thailand.
Angkor Wat.
Yeah. So this is from Phileas Yarns, who actually I'd met at Nottingham Yarn Expo. Beautiful. Yeah, and I mean,
again, it's more
blowing out a little bit.
Yeah, it's more mustardy, less bright yellow than that.
It's not too bad on mine. That's probably right, isn't it?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I knitted a barley.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't really have anyone in mind. I'm never sure I can wear this colour myself. Yeah. So it's the reason I haven't sewn in the ends. But I was like, it's just So what's this lady's name? Oh, can't think of her name. This is the Wanderer Aran base, and I'll pop it here again. Yeah, never mind. You're the one with baby brain, not me. But this lady concentrates an awful lot on doing kind of brighter, more vibrant semi-solids. Which is a little bit unusual at the moment, isn't it? Yeah. So I remember the stall was like a riot of colour. Oh, nice. All nice and vibrant. Yeah. It's made from 100 grams, 100% British BFL.
It's British BFL as well.
Yeah. And it's knitted. Oh yeah. It's knitted lovely, hasn't it? To be fair, I think that's the women's hat, I think.
Okay.
On that barley hat, I've knitted it an awful lot.
The different tones coming into it. Beautiful. Really nice.
Really nice.
Wowie.
So I'll put both of those ladies' names down at the bottom. Sorry.
And so yes, finally.
Yeah, there were quite a few in this one, weren't there? Yeah.
Wow. I'm just gonna see. Yeah, that's pretty. That's okay. Pretty accurate.
So this, I'll show you this. So this is from the Knitting Goddess, which, I mean, they've been dyeing yarn for quite an awfully long time now. Yeah. So this is hand-dyed 4-ply One Farm wool, which is 50% BFL and 50% North County Country mule. Both wools are sourced from the Fiddler's Green farm in Harrogate in North Yorkshire and processed and spun in West Yorkshire. Really nice.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really good to know all of that information. Like.
100 grams, 400 metres, and this is called Blackened Rainbow, which you get, don't you?
Yeah, totally.
Kind of greens and pinks and purples and blues. Very nice.
Really nice.
Yeah.
And the good news is that we have a hank of that to give away. And we're going to use YouTube as our platform of choice this time, because usually we move it over to Ravelry, but we thought we'd keep it on YouTube here. So if you'd like to win this hank, we would like you to tell us in the comments below what your favourite colour combination is and why. And you can put in why if you like. It'd be nice to know why. And if you pop that in the comments below. Did we come up with a deadline? Probably.
We'll probably announce it on the next.
We'll announce it on the next podcast, but that's vague enough that you won't know when that is. We don't even know when it is. We like to do it fairly quickly. So let's say, for argument's sake, it would be...
So it's definitely not going to be in May. It's going to be in April.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, she says. Full of confidence.
We've got Easter. Haven't we?
Oh yeah.
And the next issue is delayed because of the snow, because we're still waiting for a couple of things.
Yeah. But yeah.
Will we say that if we haven't recorded a podcast within the next 3 weeks, we'll pick a winner?
We'll pick a winner. Yeah. So let's say 3 weeks
from the day that we publish this.
Oh yeah.
From the day this goes up, because this is Saturday, but it probably won't go up till Monday.
Yeah.
So I'll put the date in here. What 3 weeks is from then? Yeah.
So what's your favourite colour combination and why?
Yeah. Ooh. And another lady whose name I can't remember.
The Knitting Goddess. Yeah, I don't know.
I want to say Jane, but I think I'm wrong.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, I don't know. I have some of her stuff at home as well, but I don't know.
I actually do as well. It's been interesting. I've been going through my stash a little bit of late and trying to kind of knit from stash or plan from stash.
Plan from stash.
Plan from stash. So that was this. So the current issue's yarn reviews, and I think everything's done for the latest issue's yarn review. Yeah. So what have we got now?
Oh yeah,
it'll be lovely when it's finished.
So. I just feel so ridiculous.
You've done loads on it though.
Yeah, I mean I have, I suppose, but I just feel like I just have had no energy. But anyway, I have managed to get some of my knitting mojo back, and I have progressed probably since you guys have seen it up in my cowl. So as you'll see, so
it starts off a cowl now.
It starts off in a kind of a bandana type scenario, and then you'll see there at the back. See the way I was knitting it, just not joined up until here, and then you join it. And then you add in the second colour, and now I'm onto the the lace part. So that's going to be another 10, I think another good bit of just this. Then it switches to this again, but the other way around. So this will be the main colour and the pink will be the background colour. And then it switches back to this and loads more ribbing. So it's quite a substantial cowl. Yeah. Like you see in Ruth's photographs that it's her daughter modelling it, and she has it up as the rib like part up as like a snood. So you can see. So this, as I said, like the bandana.
And are you going to do it the full length? Or?
I was thinking of maybe, because I've been so slow and I just want to finish it and move on, because I just feel like I don't want to stop knitting it, if you know what I mean. When I have so many other things that I want to start knitting, so I might not do as much, another 10 inches of this. I might maybe do 7.
Yeah.
And then go back to this, and then, because that was a 5, and maybe shorten that a little bit. So I might just make a shortened version of it. Yeah,
because it's interesting. I love the way colours interplay. Yeah. And if you look at it just from here, it's a completely different colour to what it looks like with the speckle going through it, isn't it?
Mad, isn't it? Because like for these are both yarns from my stash. To find one, to find a speckly one that has exactly the same colour as the pink in the speckles, I couldn't believe it. Like, it was just so lucky. But anyway,
really nice.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it, but I just need to get a wriggle on, really, to be honest with you.
So that's the Moon Garden
That's the Moon Garden cowl, sorry. And that was a cowl that I had originally started, but the cowl finished at the end of February. It's at the end of March. So I'm mortified. But anyway, look, what can you do?
The thought was there. It's the thought that counts.
Yeah. And I haven't even put up, because I haven't even been doing Instagram. I haven't even kind of put up
progress shots.
So I think Ruth is like, do you to join the cowl? But so I need to let people know how I am fixed.
And then my it'll be lovely when it's finished, which I probably should have unbagged, shouldn't I already? What's it in? Oh, it's in my Limerick lace.
Oh, remember that,
bag. I really must make myself some bigger project bags. Mine's in bits. So mine is actually the Carbeth, cardigan, which I'm doing for my daughter. I really like the Carbeth jumper and the Carbeth cardigan, but let's be frank, I'm short with really big boobs. It's probably not going to be the most flattering on me. So I was like, okay, so I sent Dina a picture of it, and I was like, I know you don't normally do chunky jumpers, but any chance I could just make it for you, and we can see. So this is, the cardigan is knit, it's knit bottom up, the fronts and the back are knit together in one piece, then the arms, and then you join for the yoke. And it has that really distinctive, everyone knows by now, it's like a shoulder detail.
Yeah, it's like...
So this is the front and back, which you can't see because I'm wearing navy, and I was holding it against my navy self, so that's not going to work. And then sleeves, so funny story. So I was trying to knit the sleeves while I was talking, and trying to do the increases while I was talking. And I got this far, they've got really long, I don't know if you you've seen the pattern. They've got really long fold back. No, this is the wrong one. They've got long fold back cuffs. Which I can't see. I'll give it to you. Balls of yarn attached to everything. And I kind of was carrying on, and you have to increase every, I want to say 10 rows, that might be wrong, but every 10 rows. And I was like, I'm sure I've done my increases in the wrong place. And I kept counting it, and I kept getting different numbers because I was counting in the dark.
Oh gosh.
So I was like, so what I'm going to do,
recipe for disaster.
I know, I'm going to start the other sleeve, and I'm just going to compare.
Oh right. And are you noticing any difference?
No.
You're not? Oh no. So maybe you were fine.
So I've got 2 sleeves on the go, and I've even had to put a progress keeper on this one so that I know which one is. And I'm doing it. So this is where it starts to get complicated. I'm doing it, I'm using Stash, I'm being very good, and I'm using Mirage by Adrifield Doubled Up in the navy. Surprise.
In the navy.
So it's that Mirage Classic in number 022. But to be fair, as I said, my hands are a bit sore. So there's been a lot of typing of late as well for a certain thing that's happening.
You should get the voice recognition.
I'll have to.
Yeah.
I'll have to. It's going okay.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is, I felt maybe I should talk about this in my humongous tin. Yeah, I mean that's like Danish cookies to the extreme. Costco's. Yeah. Okay. So I only wanted to talk about this quickly because it seems to be receiving quite a lot of interest on Instagram and on my blog. So I'm doing something called a knitted diary, which I alluded to, didn't I, last time?
Yeah.
So it has to be kept in a tin because it has so many components. So if you're really interested, pop over and have a look on my blog, which is Left Foot Daisy.
Oh, it's just
fibrestrumpet.com.
Oh yeah, Fibre, yeah.
So this is the colours, and basically what I'm doing is for every day of the week I pick a number. I have my coloured pencils. A bit noisy, sorry. So what I did was I picked a whole load of different yarn colours, and I gave each of them a coloured pencil so that I could, how organised is this? So that I could keep track of what I was doing. I downloaded a calendar, and each day I draw a number, and the number relates to a different colour. And I have to knit that every day. To do the numbers, they're all marbles. So hold on, I'll show you a couple. I didn't know how else to do it, so I picked up like a Euro bag of marbles from Tiger, and I wrote the numbers on. And so today the colour I drew, did I do it already this morning? I think I did. I can't remember. So the one I'm working on at the moment this week, so look, this is what this week's looking like.
Oh nice.
So it's random. So if today I drew this colour again, which I think is number 5. So if I pull number 5 out, I won't knit with number 5 again because obviously you wouldn't see it. Yeah. And instead what I do is I make a note that it should have been number 5 and I draw a different number.
Okay.
So the idea is that I'll end up with, so these are all the weeks so far. I must sew them up. Let me show you January. January is the easiest to show you because I've numbered them, because I was doing something. I must start sewing them up and blocking them. And the idea is that every week I will then have one of these strips of 7 colours, and I'm going to sew them up, and I'm going to mount them on a big piece of board.
That sounds really cool.
And it's going to be an art piece instead of a kind of something that you wear. Where is it? Aha, there's one more here. So let's have a look. 1. I'll give you 1.
Yeah.
This is 2. This is 3. This is 5. This is 4. And this is 5. So this is January, give or take. So it starts off with a cream because the beginning of the year, I do it from Sunday to Saturday, and the beginning of the year started on a Monday. So this is Monday the 1st. So ignore the cream bit. So that's a whole month, and it's going to be mounted up horizontally. So the whole year is going to be horizontal. You'll notice on the ones that I'm doing at the moment, they have a white bit on them because that's how I was going to mount them. And on these, I was just going to knit a band across, but I think it'll actually be easier to have the band already there.
Yeah.
So by the time we do the next podcast, I might have at least January sewn together.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
And you can see. I don't think I'm going to block them until the end though, so that they're all. So there's not.
Okay.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Any. So what I've done is I've done 18 stitches. the actual square is meant to be 16 stitches, and I've cast on an extra selvage stitch at each side, so that I can sew them together.
Cool.
But I think it's just going to be nice. And ideally, really nice. I'd like to have 3 done in my lifetime. Do it for 3 years. So then the kids could have one each.
Oh, yeah.
And it would be different. So, but it's from our weaving guild. So I'm a member of the Cork Weavers, Spinners and Dyers Guild. And the idea came from Tommy Scanlon, I want to say, who does these beautiful tapestry weave diaries. You'll have to check her out. She's fantastic. I'll put something here. And one of the guild members suggested that we did a weaving diary. And whilst I could have gone off and done weaving, I was like, no, I weave, but I'm a knitter, so it would be nice. And then I was like, well, first of all, I was thinking cushions, and then I was thinking maybe like a table runner. I was like, no, you hardly ever see knitting as art, do you?
Yeah, that's true, actually.
So, you know, that we wear our art, and it would be nice to have something that was more of a permanent fixture.
Idea. Yeah, I like it.
And nice and bright and colourful.
Lovely and bright.
And because it's chance, because I'm drawing something, it's not based on the weather or
your mood,
my mood, because I've done the moody blanket as well, haven't I, before?
True,
and that was some amount of knitting in that blanket. 2 rows used to take me an hour and a half. This takes me 15 minutes to do, the day.
Oh, okay.
It's done. Yeah. There's not a huge commitment, and that will be it. The commitment will be in putting it together.
Yeah, well, that's true, actually. Yeah.
So, and it's done in Jamieson's and Smith's, and let's face it, there are so many colours of that. Do you know? The trouble was actually trying to just select a small number of colours.
So how many colours in total?
I have 12 colours in total, and then the neutral.
Oh yeah, okay.
So, and if I did draw pink today, what I would do is I might sew a little French knot or something, is what I'm thinking, on the real colour today, so that it depicts what it should have been. Okay. And it can't be the same colour as yesterday, but it also can't be the same colour as where the day sits the week before.
Oh yeah, where they're together.
Yeah. Yeah. So like this, it wouldn't have been this blue if it was blue here before.
I get you,
so I've got 2 options to draw again. You just have to stick to the rules. That's the biggest thing. You have to kind of, you set yourself some rules, and you mustn't go off of them. Okay. Because if you do, you'll never get it done. Yeah, yeah. So you have to stick to what your plans are and do the whole year. 15 minutes a day is.
Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah.
The rest of the ladies in the guild, they're all doing weaving ones, and oh my god, some of them are incredible. Really? One of the ladies is doing, she's working on like a pin loom, and she weaves something. I think she's doing it every week. A lot of the ladies in the guild are doing something every week. Another lady is making a wet felted image of something that to do with that week for her.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Another lady is weaving a little bit every day. Just normal tapestry weaving, but her rules are that she has to use some of her own hand spun. Okay, yeah. Another lady is weaving, but trying to use different techniques or different textures of yarn. It's really good. Yeah, the Weaving Guild will have its own website up and running soon, so I might then link back into that so people can see. Yeah, but yeah, really good. Different. It's kind of an ongoing project, and
I like them.
Yeah,
nice one.
So I think that's everything I've got to say.
Yeah, that's us. Yeah. I have a little bit of work to do when I go home. Yeah, it's alright.
And we'll aim to get this up for Monday.
Yeah. Unless now I go home and completely forget to do. You're like, do you love that video? I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah. God. Anyway.
Okay, so hopefully we'll see you again in
soon.
Maybe 2-3 weeks soon.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll get another one in before the next issue, will we?
Probably won't at this rate. We probably won't.
No.
Because it's Easter next weekend, and we'll be just working on it.
Working on it, eating chocolate.
Yeah. Do you know, I bought my Easter eggs. I lost the run of myself. I think I was just so happy with being pregnant and everything that I was like, ah! And I bought Easter eggs about 6 weeks ago. Oh. Because they were in the shops really early, and I forgot, I didn't know, I just went in. And I came out, and I was meeting Glenn outside, and I was carrying these 2 big huge Easter eggs, and we never really even buy Easter eggs. He's like, who are they for? And I was like, oh, they're for us, thinking he'd be delighted. Like, Easter is about 2 months away. I was like, what is it? So they're completely gone. So now we have to eat. Now we have to buy them. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. So I just scoffed it.
I'm bar humbug because my kids never really got Easter eggs. I'd go and spend the money on chocolate for them instead. I'd be like, well, this is your Easter egg. And I turned them and I'd be
better
like,
value
and get more chocolate.
Fair. Yeah. Anyway. So, yeah, look, hopefully we'll see you again in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I'd say the latest issue will be published by then. Fingers
crossed.
Yeah, if what we're waiting for arrives.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, snow stops play.
It does. Here in Ireland, it stops everything. So we're sorry about that. See you soon.
See you soon. And don't forget to enter the giveaway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Leave your comment about the giveaway, and we'll let you know soon.